It's Jade, back with another video, and today, it's been a minute since we've done a cryptid video, so we are continuing our 50-state cryptid series that was paused for a while, because school and Christmas. I got busy. But, yeah, so today we're doing, Kansas, which happens to be, a cryptid called Sinkhole Sam. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get, right into the story. Obviously, our story is set in Kansas. The lake that Sinkhole Sam lives in is called Lake Inman, which is one of the largest natural lakes in Kansas. And the very first sighting was in 1952. According to the accounts, there was two guys that were going on a little fishing trip, and they claimed to have seen this creature that was about 15 feet long, and was as thick around as a car tire. And it had a flat head and a long, undulating body that moved through the water with an eerie grace, that's how they described it. And then the second sighting was in 1953. Two local men named Albert Neufeld and George Reger, they had their own encounter with what they believed to be the same creature. Neufeld apparently decided to take matters in his own hands, and he grabbed his rifle and shot a couple of bullets at the beast. However, his shots were ineffective and they missed, and Sam dove back into the depths, leaving behind nothing but ripples and a whole lot of questions, is what Neufeld said. So obviously, nothing happened in Kansas, and word is starting to spread very quickly. People decided to name this creature Sinkhole Sam. A lot of people believe that it was friendlier than some scary water monster, and that's why they decided to name him Sam, because it seems like a friendly name, I guess, to them. After these two sightings had exploded in Kansas, Ernest Alva Dewey, who was a newspaper columnist, decided that he was going to investigate Sinkhole Sam for himself. He then brought along Dr. Aramis P. I'm going to butcher this, Quattlebaum, and they determined that Sam was actually a Fupengurkle. Bro, I definitely said that wrong. Which is a creature that is so extinct that it didn't even know it was supposed to be dead, which is how they put it in their words. Goofy. According to Dewey's report, the Fupengurkle was a subterranean dweller that occasionally popped up for air and a bit of sightseeing. He assured the good people of Inman that Sam was harmless, probably a vegetarian, and not bright enough to cause any real trouble. This is all according to Dewey's newspaper report. Instead of debunking the legend of Sinkhole Sam, Dewey's report only fueled the fire of the mystery of Sinkhole Sam, and people began to latch onto the term Fupengurkle. I can't say that. And it became part of the local culture. It was a word that kind of poked fun at Sinkhole Sam, and then just cemented its way into Kansas folklore. As news of Sinkhole Sam spread beyond the borders of Kansas, newspaper companies and all the media, they began to flock from coast to coast all the way to Kansas to add their own spin to the story of Sinkhole Sam. And he suddenly was not just a local curiosity, he was America's newest celebrity. Reporters and journalists began to flock to Inman, and hoping to catch a glimpse of this creature. They interviewed locals, stalked the sinkhole, and wrote so many accounts of every single ripple and splash that happened in the Inman, that they saw in the Inman Lake. Sam was compared to the Loch Ness Monster, which turned his little tiny Kansas town into an unlikely tourist destination, because who the heck goes to Kansas? Cars were lining up around the big sinkhole, filled with people who wanted to spot this monster. Local residents still remember seeing hundreds and hundreds of vehicles parked down the road. People just like swarming the sinkhole with binoculars and cameras. They were very much ready to capture proof of Sam's existence. This influx of visitors was obviously, a blessing and a curse for the town of Inman. On one hand, it put the town on the map and brought in some much needed tourist dollars. And on the other hand, it's so hard to go about your day with a bunch of random people camping outside your house waiting to see a sinkhole monster. However, sightings of Sinkhole Sam began to dwindle by the late 1950s. Reports were becoming fewer. It was as if Sam had become this like camera-shy creature and decided to retreat from the light of day. This decline led to all sorts of speculation about Sam's reality, I guess, like how real he was. Some folks theorized that Sam had simply gone back to his underground lair, tired of all the attention. Others suggested that the changing environment, such as the draining of the wetlands, and the alteration of the landscape might have spelled doom for our aquatic friend. However, just when it seemed that Sinkhole Sam might fade completely into past, the legend kind of found a new place to rise up. About 50 miles south of Inman, near Kingman State Lake, reports began to surface of a new creature. This new beast was described as a massive snake so large that some even claimed a tractor could safely pass over it. There's a big difference between Kingman State Lake and Inman Lake, though. Kingman Lake is not a naturally formed sinkhole. It's a man-made lake created from a marsh next to the Ninneskah River, but that did not stop people from drawing connections, obviously, because people will do anything for media attention. By the late 1960s, the sightings at the Kingman Lake reached such like a high level that another full-blown monster hunt was established, and people began to flock to Kingman instead of Inman, and it started all over again. Despite these monster hunters' best efforts, they came up empty-handed, go figure. They found nothing but native snake species and nothing that matched anywhere near the description of the Kingman Lake monster. This creature, like Sam, kind of seemed to have this knack for avoiding attention. However, the Kingman sightings reignited interest in Sinkhole Sam, and people began to wonder, could these be the same creature? Could they have found a way to travel between the two bodies of water? And how could Sam travel between bodies of water? Or was Kansas City not home to one but two mysterious aquatic beasts? All of these questions led to a flurry of theories about the true nature of Sinkhole Sam and his possible Kingman cousin. Some of these theories were grounded in scientific possibility, while others were imaginative. So here, this is got a list of plausible explanations and then a list of creative explanations. So here's a list of like plausible explanations that could be an actual like real solution. One is that a remnant of prehistoric species surviving underground in the caves came up for air and then just kind of left. Another is a case of a mistaken identity involving a large non-native snake that is not anything crazy, it's just a non-native snake. And then the other one is that it's a giant amphibian, similar to the Sicilian? I don't know, I'll put a picture of it right here. And then these are the creative explanations. One of them is that Sam is a government experiment gone wrong. Another one is he's a visitor from another dimension. And then, this is my favorite one. He is a very lost and very confused submarine. Regardless of whatever the theory is, one thing remained constant: people's fascination with the idea of Sinkhole Sam. This legend tapped into something primal in our human minds. We love mystery, we love the unknown, and we have this hope that the unknown just is like, that's still to be discovered. Sam has inspired all sorts of creative endeavors. There are podcasts dedicated to him, articles exploring his history, even like trading cards featuring artists' renditions of what he might look like. Local businesses in Inman have embraced the legend of Sam, using his image to attract tourists using all kinds of merchandise. But the impact of Sam goes far beyond tourist dollars or pop culture references. This legend has become a deep part of Inman's identity. Um, it's kind of like a little thing that just sets this little town apart from the rest of Kansas. Because, a lot of Kansas is the same. It's a reminder of a time when the landscape was different, when lakes and wetlands were dominating the area, and when the possibility of an unknown creature lurked in the depths. Didn't seem so far-fetched. Okay, so that's the story of Sinkhole Sam. It was an interesting one. I think I don't really know what I think about this one. I think that some of those plausible explanations could have been good ways to explain Sinkhole Sam. I'm not sure if I really believe this one is real, because the article only had 2 sightings that were recorded, besides all these journalists they're journalists, so you never know. But, let me know if you're from Kansas and have heard of Sinkhole Sam, and maybe have your own stories, or, yeah, anything to share. I would love to hear in the comments section. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I promise I'll try to post more 50 state cryptids. We're gonna get through all the 50 states, I promise. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.